So I had a customer that sold cars for 6 years and was trying to tell me that I could use a Google Sheet as proof of income. And so I had 4 or 5 different conversations with this customer and argued with him for an hour, just trying to tell him that a bank couldn't use a bank statement or a Google Sheet for proof of income. So it finally got to the point that I told him, I said, hey man, you can just go buy a car somewhere else. I'm not going to keep arguing with you about what a bank will and will not take for proof of income. I couldn't get him done without proving income, but he did end up actually getting approval through his credit union. And I talked to his credit union late last night about overnighting a check. And he just kept trying to get me to release the car without proof of funds, which I absolutely will not do under any circumstance. And his car's broke down right now, so he doesn't have a ride, he doesn't have any transportation whatsoever. And so he'd been asking if we could go out and pick him up and bring him here so he could test drive the car. Well, the problem with that is the area that he is currently staying in, I don't want to send me or any of my guys down there to pick him up. But here's what I did offer him. I told him, I said, hey, look, order an Uber. I will pay you back for the Uber, and I will pay for your trip back if we have to wait for the check to get here from your credit union. And he didn't want to do that either. He didn't want to order the Uber himself because he didn't have the money for it. So I paid for his Uber from my phone, picked him up, brought him here so he could test drive the vehicle. So he gets here, he test drives the vehicle, and then he starts pleading his case about how the check is on the way, you have the tracking number, you talk to the credit union, can I take the vehicle? And then so we go back through our very first conversation about how I'm not releasing a car unless I have verified funds. So then I pay for his Uber back to where he is staying with my personal money, not the dealership's money, my personal money. And then this guy takes the key, avoids all my phone calls and text messages. So now I have a 2019 Chevy Trax here with no key, and I can't get a hold of the guy that took the key. I've hit my limit with this customer. I'm at the point that if I get the check, I may just rip it up or send it back to the bank. I mean, I've tried everything in my power to help this guy, and he has done nothing but make my job extremely difficult.